Whose handcuffs is he wearing?
Mine. He took off.
Some type of old police car or...
No, I work at the National Weather Service.
Because I've never seen you around here before. You're not a police officer that works.
These are moments when real cops came face to face with imposters. Meet 61-year-old John O'Grady, who on March the 21st of 2018 was visiting a local Best Buy when he was suddenly stopped by police. Employees had contacted the authorities after recognizing John as the man who'd stolen an iPhone X from the store the day prior. But when the officers confronted John, he displayed a firearm and an authentic-looking U.S. Marshal badge, advising that he was also an officer.
Is he a law enforcement officer? How'd you get here? Do you have any weapons on you, sir?
Yes.
Okay, where's it at?
On my hip.
Okay, so we thought, are you a police officer?
I'm not. No.
Okay, all right. What are you?
The federal marshal.
Okay, all right, that's what we had to ask.
You don't have an ID?
No.
Okay. Just, we don't want you reaching for anything.
I'm not reaching for anything.
If you're a federal marshal, you understand what we're doing, right?
Absolutely. Just.
You have your federal marshal ID?
No.
So you're carrying a weapon with no ID on you?
No. Because I just stepped out of my house to get this character.
Do you have a number we can call for your supervisor?
No.
Okay, I gotta take this for you just for our safety.
Handcuff.
For what?
Until we figure out what's going on. You have a weapon, you have no ID on you.
It's not a real weapon.
You're carrying a fake weapon.
Yeah. And you're a federal marshal.
No. He's got a little
Are
badge.
you not?
No.
Congratulations, you just impersonated a police officer. That's a federal offense. Oh, yeah. Congratulations. That's a felony.
Okay. I just...
Good eye.
In a matter of moments, John cracked and admitted he wasn't a real federal agent and that his firearm was actually a BB gun.
What's the story? Why are you carrying around a fake gun?
I'm a limousine driver. And
I thought you were a federal marshal.
Hey, here, you got a badge that says U.S. Marshals. You're claiming to be U.S. Marshals. You have a badge. What does that say on it?
Marshal.
So why are we carrying around fake stuff? You know it's illegal.
no, I didn't know it was illegal.
Yes, you are displaying yourself as a law enforcement officer.
No, I'm not.
We just asked you, are you in law enforcement? You said, yes, I'm a U.S. Marshal.
I don't, you know.
That's illegal. That's a felony. Oh, absolutely not. We don't play around with this.
John, who was actually a limo driver, was subsequently booked into the Palm Beach County Jail on charges of retail theft and impersonating a federal law enforcement officer. He pleaded guilty, and 7 months later, the fake federal agent was sentenced to 4 months in federal prison, followed by 1 year of supervised release. If you thought that was embarrassing, try being arrested after you just made the arrest.
And whose handcuffs is he wearing?
Mine. He took off.
On September 1st of 2023, police responded to the site of a vehicle collision. However, upon approaching one of the vehicles, the officers discover something unusual. The passenger was handcuffed.
What's going on, man?
Somebody just hit us at the red light. This my husband.
Is he okay? Sir? He in handcuffs? Why is he in handcuffs?
I can't answer no questions, sir.
Hold on 1 second. Leave him there. 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 Radio, can I get a photo of my location? I have a black male with lacerations to his face. Slip in handcuffs.
Sir, we just left the strip club.
Which strip club?
Peaches.
Peaches? Okay. I got you. Over on RDA?
Yeah.
I got you. Okay. Did you guys get into it with security over there?
Yeah, sir, I don't know.
Okay.
All I know is that's my husband.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna grab your...
Appreciate it.
Officers then made their way to Peaches of Atlanta, the club that the couple had originally come from, in order to suss out why the passenger had been placed in handcuffs. And when they arrived, they met 29-year-old Terrence Jacks, who appeared to be an officer and claimed to be working security for the club.
Don't like using car? What do you work for? Homeland. Okay. Did y'all have some here a little bit ago? Male and female get into it with anybody?
Yeah.
Sure. Left in a pair of cuffs?
Yeah.
What was the story with that?
They were just drunk.
All right.
And
Whose handcuffs is he wearing?
mine. He took off. He jumped in the SUV and took off.
Yeah. I mean, it's Metro. It's a fair. So like almost down to 166. Wiped out real hard. Hurt some people. Hurt themselves.
Oh.
Alright. Here's what I want you to do for me, okay? Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take your firearm off your side. Okay?
Okay.
You got syrup out here?
Yes.
Alright. Place that in my car. I'm gonna detain you for right now.
Okay.
All right. Right now, you are not under arrest. You're just being detained for the further investigation here. Do you have a key to your handcuffs?
In the car.
Keys in the car?
Yeah.
Who's the radio through?
eBay. Nobody.
Okay. It's not a Homeland radio?
No.
Okay. Hang on this for a minute. Okay. I'm gonna have you have a seat in my car for a minute, okay?
It didn't take the officers long to figure out that Terrence was not actually a Homeland Security special agent. Besides the handgun on his hip, everything else was fake. That included his badge, his vehicle, which had blue lights and police decals on it, and even his government license plate, which was stolen from a school bus.
Is it just a scanner? The jacket in the back seat is just a regular old raincoat. It doesn't say police on it. Got it? Beautiful. Put this in the bag with all the other evidence, because that's going to be evidence also.
Terrence was transported to the Fulton County Jail to face one count of impersonating a public officer or employee. If you're going to pretend to be a cop, it's probably best not to attract too much attention to yourself. But the next imposter clearly didn't get it, as he was found driving around in a fake patrol car.
Some type of old police car or...
No, I work at the National Weather Service.
On February the 3rd of 2022, an officer spotted a vehicle brandishing a police interceptor sticker, tall antennas, and a spotlight similar to the features you'd find on a real police vehicle. The officer initiated a traffic stop on the car, and that's when he found 25-year-old Manuel Neva sitting in the driver's seat.
Hello. Hi. Officer Brock, Oklahoma City. License and insurance, please.
What's the reason for the stop?
So back there, when you change lanes, you change signals after changing lanes. You have to signal 100 feet prior to changing lanes.
I didn't know that.
Yep. That's how you change lanes properly.
No.
License and insurance, please. Is this like some type of old police car or...
No, I work at the National Weather Service.
National Weather Service. So why do you have your lights on?
Oh, I had them on earlier and I forgot to turn them off.
Okay.
I can drive with them. Still used to it. Use that, like registration. And...
Yeah, I don't need the registration, just the insurance.
Okay,
please.
cool. No problem.
So this one's expired. You have
Yes, sir. Oh, sorry, ma'am. Oh, okay, sorry. I thought you knocked on the window. Okay, no problem. Sorry, you dropped out a while back.
So are you working right now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just on the highway. I was taking some video for him.
Okay.
I got my tricorder right here. Tripod. How are y'all tonight?
Cold.
Yeah, I got a little bit of frostbite on my toes from earlier this morning when I was out. It was bad.
Yeah, it's not getting any warmer.
No, it was bad.
You want to just give me your license and then you can keep looking for the insurance.
Here you are, man.
All right, sit tight, okay?
All right.
While speaking with Neva, the officer spotted more suspicious items in the vehicle, like the laptop setup that resembled what one might see in a police car, and a sweater donning a Lincoln County Emergency Management patch and badge. That was more than enough evidence to ask Manuel to step out of the vehicle.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and have you step out, okay?
Why?
Well, because I told you to. Can you put those down? Do you have any weapons or anything on you, like anything I need to know about?
Am I being arrested?
Well, we'll discuss that here in a minute, okay? Can you unlock the door, please? Do you have any weapons on you?
No, why am I being arrested?
No weapons, no firearms, nothing like that?
No, ma'am.
Okay, go ahead and step out for me.
Why?
Face away from me. Face away from me, okay? Put your hands behind your back for me. Can you interlace your fingers like you're praying? Interlace them. Like put your fingers together.
Why am I being arrested?
We'll explain all that here in just a minute, okay?
All his life. No, he does have red and blues in the front. He told me he didn't. What does it look like from... Oh, we should have taken a video of that for her.
Oh, what is
is this? A wannabe police officer?
What is that? Gun. Oh, shoot, I think I missed it. I think I moved. Shine your light again.
See, I couldn't see that. I can see that.
But I'm gonna get it right here so you can see the.
Serial killer's trunk. I mean, honestly. You got a fishnet, you got ropes, you got. Oh, yeah, there you go, ballistic vest.
Can you pull that out?
I did say they found that. This is just great for the PCs. So much incriminating crap.
Another, where's it up there?
Ooh, oh, even better. What kind of logo does that one have on it?
Another holster.
Sheriff's office?
Yeah.
Some sort? Oh, here's a police belt.
There's one up front with a pepper gun in it.
A paper gun?
Pepper gun.
You talking about like OC?
Yeah.
Okay. So there's 2 police belts.
2 police belts. It's a leg 2
holster.
vests that has a pepper gun in it.
Okay, pepper gun in it, and 2 ballistics vests.
Yeah,
Okay,
I need to get the other vest, so.
I already.
Are these actually ballistic vests?
I think this one is probably. It probably doesn't have real Kevlar in it. Or real Kevlar, probably. It's fake shit, probably.
Yeah. There's no. Okay. That's hers, and then we can go through everything else.
The officer then went to speak with Manuel, who changed his story several times concerning who he was and where he was going.
So here's the issue that we have. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
You're driving a vehicle that says police interceptor on the back. You have a spotlight. You have antennas. You have red and blue lights, like we. Only police officers have those. Okay. You don't work for the National Weather Service. Okay. And an officer didn't give you those things to put on your car.
Yes,
so
he did.
You're being arrested for impersonating a police officer. Okay. Do you understand that?
No, I don't.
You cannot have a vehicle that looks like ours, that has lights like we do. You also have a sweater in your front seat with a badge. And you have yet to provide us any type of credentials.
I can provide credentials.
We already asked you for those.
No, she asked me if I had an ID for a Lincoln County.
So what credentials can you provide us?
My cert credentials.
For what?
Community emergency response team.
So where is it?
It's on my phone.
It's on your phone.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Well, my lieutenant is checking with the sheriff's office to see if you do in fact work for their emergency management team. Okay. But
The sheriff's office.
aside from that, you have all these other things on your car that you can't have. Okay?
But I can have the ones in the rear. I can prove it to you.
How can you prove it to me?
I can show you the state law.
Well, I can show you the state statute too that says that you cannot have that stuff on your car.
But
Okay?
I can't.
Anything that alludes to that vehicle being a police car, like i.e. the police interceptor sticker, you cannot have, which you do. The combination of the lights, the police interceptor sticker, all of those things.
Well,
okay?
can I see your supervisor?
You want to see him?
Yes, ma'am.
Or you don't?
I'd like to.
Manuel and his vehicle were subsequently transported to the police station. Upon searching the vehicle more thoroughly, the officers found handcuffs, an animal control officer patch, a leg holster with a pepper spray gun, and multiple vests similar to the ones that officers wear. When asked again to provide his credentials or proof of employment, Manuel couldn't produce anything, and he was subsequently booked into jail on one charge of impersonating a police officer. I'm not really sure how Manuel was even benefiting from that, but we can clearly see why the next fake officer did what they did. The free food.
Because I've never seen you around here before. You're not a police officer that works here.
On August the 21st of 2019, an officer on patrol witnessed a DCS officer walk into a Quick Trip, where they commonly offer free snacks to police. The DCS officer was wearing an official gun and badge, but the witnessing officer had never seen her before. Curious, he followed her to her car before pulling her over a short distance away.
Hello. How you doing? Reason I stopped you is your right brake light is out. Who do you work for?
So did you stop me because my right brake light is out?
Yeah.
Or did you stop me to ask me who I work for?
Well, I'm asking you both.
DCS.
What?
DCS.
DCS. What's DCS?
You don't know what
Department of
DCS?
Children's Services?
No. Okay. So if you stop me for my right brake light, then we can address that.
Okay.
Okay.
Is your license then? Do you have your badge on you? Like your ID badge?
ID badge for
Being a police officer.
do you want my ID? See, this is what's conflicting. You're asking me all those questions.
Right.
Saying to stop my right brake light. When I watched you follow me to the gas station.
Right.
Right. So which one is it?
So, if you're a police officer, you understand what probable cause is, right?
So what's the problem with that?
Your right brake light's out.
My right brake light wasn't out when you followed me out of the gas station.
Yeah, it is. It's out right now.
The car wasn't even on when you followed me out of the
Doesn't
gas
matter. You're driving with a brake light out on the streets, so it's an
station.
equipment
Okay,
violation.
You followed me out of the gas station.
I saw it when you were pulling out.
Alright,
Look, long story short, I just want to know who you work for.
okay. And that's the issue. Why do you want to know who I work for?
Because I've never seen you around here before. You're not a police officer that works here.
You don't know who I am.
That's
You
right.
said you never seen me.
Right. So, are you a police officer or are you not a police officer?
So because a black person walks into a store with a badge and a gun, it's an issue.
That has nothing to do with you being black. That has nothing to do with you being black.
Because you never seen me before?
I don't recognize you.
What they got to do with me and where I work?
Are you a police officer or you're not a police officer?
Not a police officer.
You're not a police officer? So why would you go into Quick Trip and get free food with your badge and gun?
Because I'm an officer. You don't have to be a police officer to go in there. I've been doing it for 3 years.
You're an officer with who? You're an officer with who?
That I don't work here. That's the issue that I'm having.
So you're not a certified police officer.
It's not probable cause. It's a personal.
While the suspect, 33-year-old Petra Edgerton, had continued to insist that she was being targeted, it eventually came out that the woman in the passenger seat, Brandy Green, was the real DCS officer, and she'd given Petra her badge and gun to just get something free to eat.
Because you've never seen me walk in that store. You followed me out the store, got in your car, seen that I had a brake light out, and decided to pull me over for my brake light, which all you're questioning me about is that I went into Quick Trip. Did I steal from Quick Trip?
Yeah, if you're not a police officer.
I did not steal from Quick Trip. I went up to the register, spoke to the guy that works there, and told him I had to drink.
So you're presenting yourself as a police officer with your badge and your gun on the side.
Okay.
Do you understand that?
I do understand that. But my issue with you is, you've seen that. You say because you've never seen me.
So who do you work for?
Out of the store.
Who do you work for? Who is DCS?
How long have you been working?
12 years, 13 years.
How do you not know what DCS is?
There's, like I said, is it Department of Children's Services? What is it? Explain it to me.
I don't have to explain myself to you. If you're gonna give me a ticket for the tail light, you give me a ticket for the tail light.
Okay. You see your license? Who's your supervisor?
Sorry, I'm not trying to be rude or disrespectful, but what do they have to do with my brake light?
What it has to do with is you told me you're a police officer or you're an officer for DCS. I've got DCS on the phone. They say you don't work there. So who's your supervisor? I have one of your employees here, Brandy Green. She was with her friend, Petra Edgerton. They decided that Brandy decided that she was going to give Petra her badge and her gun to go into Quick Trip and get some food. She had the badge on and the gun on. When I pulled them over, she identified herself as a DCS officer and then later admitted to not being a DCS officer. And your employee, Brandy Green, admitted to giving her the gun and the badge to go into Quick Trip to get.
Petra was placed under arrest and charged with felony impersonating a police officer. Officer Brandy Green was informed that an internal investigation would be conducted, but she resigned later that same day. Hopefully a felony was worth saving a few bucks, but at least that's a better reason than this next fake cop who just wanted to speed without getting into trouble.
Nothing in the vehicle that flashes that.
No? So we want to stick to that story?
A former officer was driving along the highway when an SUV pulled in behind him, momentarily flashing red and blue lights at him and seemingly attempting to pull him over. The SUV eventually passed him, and the former officer called the police to report a strange occurrence. A short time later, deputies pulled the SUV over, but the driver claimed he never had blue lights on his dashboard.
I am Deputy Green, San Luis Insurance Office. You see your license, registration, proof of insurance. So we just for the stops, we're getting calls saying that you were flashing people with red and blue lights and doing about 90. Sir. Do you have the lights installed in the vehicle?
No, I have a radar detector. I don't have it on there. We're from Austin, Texas.
And what about just the registration? Or that's part of the windshield stuff?
Yes, sir. We're from Austin, Texas.
All right, I'll be back in a second, all right?
Yes, sir.
So what did you have mounted right here?
I used to have a radar detector.
Okay. So where did that go? Because you just had something mounted up here.
No, I used to have one up there.
Okay.
I don't have one.
Why would we be receiving complaints that somebody's saying that you were flashing red and blues at them?
Flashing red and blues. I don't have red and blue lights, sir.
You don't have any. So they're just seeing stuff.
That's not me, sir. I'm not flywood. I have kids in my car.
Okay, so
we're going to Colorado.
So this is what we got. We got a complaint from an individual saying that a black Tahoe with a grill in front of it, Texas license, male with a long beard and cowboy hat with the dog in the back, came up behind him and flashed red and blues at him. This vehicle looks like a police vehicle, right?
Yes, sir.
Would you agree with me with that?
I agree with you.
Okay. So why would he, and then he said that it was mounted in the center of your dash right below your mirror, where you previously had something mounted, right?
I don't have anything.
I'm just saying, and that's exactly where he's saying that it was mounted, right?
Yes, sir.
And so, if I'm driving down the road, do you think that I'm going to pay any mind to suction cups in the middle of somebody's vehicle? How would I know that you ever had anything mounted there? Unless something drew my attention to that specific location, right? So do you just want to be honest with me, or what's going on?
I don't have it. I don't have anything I used to have my radar detector.
Well, it seems fairly easy to take something down from there.
Yes.
And so if I was somebody that was doing that, I would be worried about impersonating a law enforcement officer, and if I have anything mounted up to it, I would just take it.
To make matters even more confusing, the fake officer apparently had a female passenger in the car who had tried explaining to them what had happened.
There was a guy that spoke English, and we were going around him, and we kept, getting in the left lane to pass, and we made a guy mad. I know 100% we made a guy mad. I've been told this just basketballs him. So we just let him be. But I guarantee you, I know we made him mad just by looking.
If I got a search warrant for the vehicle, I would not find anything that would flash red and blue whatsoever. There's nothing in the vehicle that flashes that.
No, sir.
No? We want to stick to that story? So the individual that you were having a confrontation with, right? Because so that same individual is prior law enforcement, and so he stated that he thought that you were probably with the FBI or something along those lines, and that you pulled up beside him and told him to pump his brakes after you flashed the red and blues at him.
So I didn't do anything. I just passed him.
And told him to pump his brakes or do anything like that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I have a hard time believing that. This vehicle looks like a police vehicle, right? The windows are dark and tinted. We have a brush guard on the front. It's a Tahoe like every other agency drives, right? And so it'd be very easy to have something mounted to make others believe that you're some form of law enforcement. And if it's just for the mere reason of like, hey, sometimes there's slow drivers and I like to just hit red and blues and get them out of my way, then okay, Roger, I got it, right? But at the same time, it's just not lining up. I'm not tracking with everything that you're saying.
You're not going to jail for impersonating a police officer. So you are going to receive a criminal summons. So they're going to mail you a copy, stuff like that. You're going to have to go to court for it. Okay?
The driver was let go with a criminal summons to appear in court for impersonating a police officer. But this next suspect had no chance of being let off that easy after he was caught impersonating an officer twice.
You know how odd this is, Dennis?
On June the 15th of 2024, a driver contacted police stating that an unmarked car had tried to run them off the road before activating lights and sirens and attempting to pull it over. But the driver refused to stop and called the police instead, who soon performed a traffic stop on the police car in question.
Okay, all right.
I got a dash cam too if you ever want to pull that footage. It's got footage on it.
You don't have any weapons in the car or nothing like that, right?
I have a weapon on my right, but that's like concealed.
Okay. You have it on you?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
I'm not making sure not to even reach for it.
Okay. All right. Okay.
If you want, I can step out and you can start me if you want.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be perfect. Just don't reach for your gun, okay?
No, not.
I'm just gonna sit it here for our safety, okay? All right.
And I want to sit back here?
Yeah, if you don't mind. You can just hang out there for a minute, okay? All right. Come here, Dust. There it is. This dude's got all the blue line stuff on. Like he wants to be a cop. He's got a radio in the car.
Is he not? I thought maybe he was.
No, he's not a cop. He's from California. And he's got a pistol on him. I kind of want to check the car to see what kind of stuff he has as far as. Really, he has no business getting involved in this car. Initially, he acted like he had no idea what I was talking about.
Okay.
And then he said that it was, you know, I asked him if there was like a road rage incident, and he kind of played stupid initially. And then he's like, oh, you're talking about this car. Well, I followed him all the way from 725. You guys were southbound on 75 from Austin. And they were kind of going back and forth. And
Just the one weapon in the car?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have a problem with me checking the car real quick? Just make sure
No, no worries.
All right. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
So, did you have these lights put on?
These were, I'm an old security officer from California. I lived out there with one of our utility vehicles.
Okay.
So, and I've just had it ever since and never took them off.
Okay.
They're red and amber. So they're not not red and blue anymore. Right. The lights I had were just the rears, which are us.
Okay. Do these lights up here work?
Yes, but that's just an arrow stick.
Okay. No lights on the front?
No. Actually, well, I got an amber clear, but no red and blue. I can turn those on for you too.
Okay.
Finding in the parking lot, black Honda Civic, last seen
As you can tell,
on 73, white female, one black male with a child in the seat and back seat. We did.
And I never even turned the front ones on. It was just the rear.
Does your siren work?
Yeah, you push the manual button.
Yeah.
It'll chirp.
Clear on
but I never hit that.
You know how odd this is, Dennis?
Oh yes, 52-year-old Dennis Mead here knew exactly how odd this looked because he'd been arrested years prior in California for the exact same violation of impersonating a police officer. But he clearly hadn't learned his lesson since his vehicle was still equipped with lights and stockpiled with handcuffs, traffic cones, road flares, neon vests, and a New York City Police Department patch.
I mean, I've had this truck. I've lived in Ohio for 6 years now. Never had an issue with it. I see you guys all the time.
Right.
I'm not stupid enough to try to do your job.
It's not that you're, Dennis, the problem is this, okay? And it's not necessarily a problem, but you have to understand where we're coming from, okay? All right. If I'm being fully transparent with you, all right, it's extremely odd that when I come up here and I ask you about the car, all right, you were delayed in your response. You're like, oh, you're talking about the minivan? Yes, the car that you have had issues with for the last 2 or 3 miles when you guys were going south on 75.
Well, no, that was because I wasn't sure.
Hear me out for a second, all right? So you were kind of delayed in that, which is no big deal, okay? But then this whole situation goes all the way from north of Austin, coming south, and they're claiming that you were trying to ram them off the road. And then I come up here, and I appreciate, you loving police and stuff like that, and the thin blue line stuff, I respect that, all right? But you have lights, you have a siren on the car, you have a pistol on you, you have a spotlight, you have handcuffs. What's the handcuffs for?
Like I said, I used to work security. They've just been hanging there ever since. Fog light doesn't even work. Like I said, it's on video. You will clearly see that I'm not ramming them or trying to get behind them at all. I'm trying to get as far away from them as possible, and they started following me, and that's why I pulled off.
Okay.
And then once they were ahead of me, I was like, whatever. I didn't want to deal with it.
It's not really sitting right with me. All right. Having a car that's an old law enforcement vehicle, you know, it is what it is. But the handcuffs, the gun, the siren, the lights, you know, all of that, that's what's strange to me. All right.
Well, I mean, Ohio's concealed carry state, so I mean, the gun should.
I never said it was just a pistol. I have no problem with the pistol. Okay. I have no problem with that.
You guys go do your due diligence and check it out.
Hey, Dennis, you mind hanging up the phone for me?
Do me a favor. Call and get bail for me.
Just relax. Just give me an hour, I'll take the phone. We'll just have a seat in my car room. Have you ever been arrested before or anything?
Years ago in California.
For what?
Last time was carrying a concealed weapon unlawful.
42, check.
Sorry.
You're under arrest, my man.
For?
Well, you have multiple priors for impersonating a police officer.
Okay.
You have a pistol on you that you're not allowed to have.
Why not?
You were trying to stop him by turning your lights on and so on and so forth.
I never attempted to stop him at all.
You can't turn your lights on behind him with everything that you have going on in the car.
I never had the front lights
on. You're
on.
not an emergency vehicle whatsoever. Okay. You have been down this road before. Okay. All right. I don't care. This dude's got freaking like traffic vests. I mean, he's got handcuffs, got a pistol on him. Like, did you imagine if he pulled over your wife? What is your wife going to do? Maybe she's smart enough, but my wife isn't.
After photographing everything inside of his truck, Dennis was taken down to the police department where he admitted to flashing his lights to get the victim to pull over, but wouldn't explain why. He was then booked into the Montgomery County Jail on a misdemeanor charge of impersonating an officer. Hopefully the cops won't be seeing Dennis a third time, but this next group of cops was surprised to meet this next suspect who was only 19 years old.
You know, when you're pulling people over with the light flashing, it is impersonating, right?
I wasn't trying to impersonate him.
On June the 21st of 2021, an off-duty officer was on the way home still wearing his uniform when he witnessed a speeding Jeep with active emergency lights and sirens. On multiple occasions, the officer had seen the Jeep using its lights to pull over vehicles just to pull in behind them momentarily before speeding away. When the off-duty officer started tailing the Jeep, he did the exact same thing to him, but the officer continued to follow the Jeep until active officers arrived to pull it over.
On my way home, and he's turning his fucking strobe light on, and he's got a siren. He curbs two cars, and then blows past them, goes through a red, and then he's just using this little light bar on top here with these sirens.
Okay then. I just got this thing off of Amazon.
What thing?
A siren.
And you try and pull people over?
No.
Well, you followed him a pretty good distance.
I followed him.
Yeah.
What'd you get off Amazon recently?
A siren.
Why?
I've always wanted one.
For what purpose?
A PA system.
To do what?
Talking to it mostly. Kind of had a siren in it, and I didn't really know it had a siren. And I was fucking around with it. I do construction, landscaping. That's the light on the top.
What's with the yellow and white bar?
That's amber.
Okay.
That's for construction.
So are you doing construction right now?
No.
So why do you have it on?
Because I saw him behind me, and he had his hazards on. He was following me, so I turned him on, and I pulled over. I don't want to get hit.
What's with the red lights? One of the red lights.
What red lights?
This one, and then the one on 104th and 52nd Street.
I was like 200, 100 feet maybe before the red light, and
Did you have your siren on when you were going through the red light?
I don't know. I had my horn on, I think.
What horn?
The little like
The air horn?
Yeah. I just got it today.
So it sounds like you tried to pull over 3 people.
No.
That's not what I'm hearing. I'm hearing that you got behind him, hit your light and your horn, put him to the curb, stop behind him for several seconds, and then sped around him.
No, I didn't do that.
That's not what I heard.
No, I would never do that.
As the officers continue to question the 19-year-old suspect named Sam Newth, he denied doing anything against the law while simultaneously admitting to tailgating and activating the siren.
What about these lights up here? They could be construed as, they look like they could strobe, and they're white.
Those are white strobe lights.
You understand where we're going with this, right?
Right, I understand. I really fucked up. I totally get it.
What were you going to pull them over for? Just out of curiosity.
I wasn't trying to pull anybody over. I got it today.
So what were you following them for then?
I was just driving. And then
where were you headed to?
Union Grove. I was just messing with the different sounds on the siren because I live in a residential area, and I thought, like, I don't know. I should have. I don't know. I didn't know where I could really play with it.
You understand? Okay, so not only is it something that's, I'm just going to straight out say stupid.
Right.
You're not armed, right?
No.
What happens if you try? I'm just saying. I'm not accusing you of anything right now, okay? But what would happen if you try to pull the wrong person over who had a gun and who does not like police, and he gets out and starts shooting? Guess what? You have no way of defending yourself. Nevertheless, that this is a crime for you impersonating a police officer. You know that, right?
I'm not trying to impersonate no one.
Everything that is occurring right now is pointing that way. It's not smart.
Yeah.
You're going to end up getting yourself hurt over something stupid just because you want to play around.
I think happened, okay? I think you got this new light today, and it's cool. You got a new light, you got a new siren, it's fun.
Yeah.
Then you realize you turn it on and people pull over for you like you're a cop. So you thought, hey, this is kind of fun. I'm going to pull behind them like a cop, because you like the cops. That's great. And then, well, maybe I probably shouldn't go far with this, but that was cool, and then kept going.
Yeah.
Is that about right?
Yeah, I've always dreamt to be, I don't know.
You've always wanted to be a cop.
Yeah.
It just didn't work out for you.
No.
And it happens. Unfortunately, some people just doesn't work out. But tonight, you were trying to act like you were a cop a little bit, right? Right? You were like, hey, I'm gonna go full blown here. We're gonna pull someone over, get them out of the car. But a little part of you, right? You're like, I have a light on, I have a siren. They pulled over for me. It's like I'm a cop right now, right?
And unfortunately, one of those cars was a police car.
And that's why we're here today. So you essentially pulled over somebody as a cop, but you're not a cop. Does that sound right?
We understand what you're saying, that you're not getting out, you're not IDing people, you're not doing all that, but you can't stop cars out here, man.
I understand.
You wish to talk to us or give us a statement?
Yes. Am I under arrest or detained? I'm detained.
You're detained.
Sam was transported to jail and hit with a misdemeanor charge of impersonating a police officer and several traffic citations. Pleaded not guilty days later and is set to go to trial. It's easy to get carried away when you're playing pretend, but the next case is a little harder to explain after officers busted a fake cop who was actually a real cop.
So I can explain it better, because honestly, I'm a little nervous. Like, this is my dream career.
On April the 24th of 2022, a witness contacted police following an inappropriate conversation with one of their own officers.
I've been hanging out for a while. I'm off duty. I work for Washingtonville Police Department. I'm about to go into work. I was just sitting up here talking.
I get you.
And I was talking to, like, just being friendly with people. Did someone take offense? Sir, put your hands behind your back.
So don't lock your fingers. You should not do this, right? Put your hands upside down. Spread your feet.
Okay. I'm an off-duty officer. I have my identification.
Okay. We're just going to check because we got to call your first aid police officer.
Oh, okay. I have my badge right here.
Your ID.
My police ID, so I don't have a police ID on me. I can,
don't have a police ID on you.
No, I don't have a police ID yet. So thanks. You can,
Washingtonville?
I'll give you my chief's number. You call and confirm that right now.
Have you been sworn in?
Yeah, no, I'm a sworn in chief officer.
You don't have an ID?
No, they didn't. I did about this forever. I have my badge. I don't have an ID.
Gave this at the Holiday Inn, has your name on it. It says that you're with the U.S. Marshals Task Force, has your last name on it. So they gave us at the Holiday Inn.
Okay. No, we'll get a hold of one. Okay. Thank you. So what was the deal down here?
Said that he went in there, said that they've been searching for skinheads all day. They just arrested a bunch of the Southern Park Mall. Left that, asked if they had rooms for the next couple days.
After running his information, the officers confirmed a very interesting detail. Officer Malik was indeed a real police officer for the nearby city of Washingtonville, but he was not a federal agent as he had claimed.
No, listen, I want to be completely honest, and the reason I did lie to you, and the reason I lied to you, the reason I lied to you is because I was embarrassed. Listen, I've always wanted to be a U.S. Marshal, and I'm not saying I did not tell them that I was a U.S. Marshal. I can see how that was misconstrued. I pay attention to their most wanted, and they had a bunch of Aryan Brotherhood dudes on there for most wanted. And if you don't believe me, because why would you? I was dishonest with you from the start. I can pull it up on my phone and show you their AB guys wanted on there. Okay, I put I'm Officer Malik on that note, so I can articulate it better. Can you show me that note so I can explain it better? Because honestly, I'm a little nervous. This is my dream career. Some buddies, they're not law enforcement, but some buddies talking about Aryan brother, Nazi-looking dudes walking around, and not just in the general Woodman area. The reason I went there, and you can also talk to the people at Holiday Inn, I'm in the process of moving, so I was asking what their room rates were and how much their suites cost, because I want to get a suite when I go there, because I have a 2.5-year-old daughter. I get her every other week. There, I brought that up. I said, I'm Officer Malik. You see these guys? Here's my phone number. You can call me. I also said call 911 or whatever, and I brought up what they look like. And I said the U.S. Marshals wanted them. I said you can contact U.S. Marshals, and they say I'm a U.S. Marshal. But what's embarrassing about it to me is how obsessed I am with what they do, because that's my dream. I would like to work. I was just really embarrassed about how it went down, because it's shameful.
Yeah.
Just that.
What were you asking the people in Sheets?
Asking them?
Yeah. Did you talk them in Sheets?
I was just talking to people at Sheets. I wasn't asking them anything specifically.
Well, they called us too.
Just because I was sitting out there.
Well, they felt that you might be impersonating a police officer, so I don't know what you were saying to them.
Well, they saw my badge and everything, and they were asking, and I said I was a police officer and stuff, because I have my gun, I have my badge. I didn't want them to get too nervous on me or anything.
Anything illegal in the car?
No. Like I said, I have my taser. Nothing up. I was going to say, taser's not illegal for me, but no. I did nothing illegal.
And would you give us permission to check it?
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not going to right now, but...
No, you have permission.
Okay, hang tight.
I have nothing to do.
Okay.
I'm going to, till my last breath, bust my ass to make sure both of them have a good ass.
Oh, yeah.
Because they deserve it.
You'll be good.
Oh, crazy. But... old. I don't know.
Jones, yeah. You know him. Redhead.
You can see the pain in the officer's eyes as Malik continued to talk on and on about absolutely nothing. But thankfully, the investigation was over about 10 minutes later, and Malik was informed that he'd be going to jail. And as expected, he flipped the f*** out.
Through our investigation, we determined that you actually were telling people you were a U.S. Marshal.
I absolutely was not.
Okay. Well,
sir, I'm telling you the honest truth.
That's the information we have. Okay. So
I would never in a million years, sir.
I understand that. But I've conducted a thorough investigation.
I believe you.
I've talked to my chief.
Yes, sir.
I've talked to some other people. Okay, you are going to be arrested for impersonating a U.S. Marshal. Okay.
There's nothing you can do, but like my rights ruined.
I understand this is a tough thing.
Well, this didn't happen. Who's saying that I'm actually legitimately saying that I'm a U.S. Marshal is what I'm saying. Because I can, like that paper right there, that does not confirm that I can confirm that.
All right, well, we're just putting together all our evidence and everything. And then you can have your day in court, okay? You know, we have probable cause to make the arrest.
No matter what, though, like, being reasonable, and I'm not putting this on you, I'm fucked and done with law enforcement forever. There's no chance now.
Well, that's not up to me, and I can't say that.
I'm saying
and you know, this is not something I want to do. I don't want to arrest another police officer, okay? But we do things professionally, and we have to go by the book.
I'm frustrated about I'm not frustrated with you, but this is absolutely insane to me. Can I have somebody pick my vehicle up? I can't afford to be this, man.
Okay. Yeah, I think we could probably pull it right up into the parking spot there.
Is it going to be an ORC bond?
No, it's just, oh yeah, it is. Yeah.
Okay.
We're just
How long am I going to be?
You go down to the police station, we'll take your prints, photographs, then you'll be released on a summons.
Okay. And then you tell my chief that this is happening?
No, I didn't tell your chief yet, but I'll call him and let him know.
Okay, so I'm fired.
He actually earlier, he did tell you he wants to see you tomorrow at 5 o'clock in his office.
I mean, I might as well resign at this point. There's no point.
Okay.
I can see where there's a misunderstanding from people. I can see.
Well, hopefully it'll get straightened out. All right, I'm going to have to put cuffs on you.
I'm just saying, I know how this procedure goes. Can I take a puff of my puffer before we...
No, can't have you do that.
Actually, this is how I put my hands. So how I make people put their hands. When you were telling me to do it different, I was like...
You're going to be patted up down, right?
Yeah, but there's some stuff in the pocket.
Yeah, I have 2 vapes in my pocket.
And spread your feet.
Gun, or is that the department's gun?
That's mine. It's actually my mom's name, but I got it off of her.
Okay.
She lost my Glock 22.
Now, everything police-related we're taking as evidence. But obviously, if this case goes out, then you're not back.
My firearm I get to keep, right?
Well, we're taking it's evidence, but, you know, you can hopefully get it back.
We're going to log it into evidence for now.
Yeah. You won't get it back tonight after the case is heard in court. Throw those vapes in your car or anything, or any of your other property? Because you can't be smoking at the station.
Oh, wait. I wasn't going to smoke it at the station. I can't keep them on me.
Yeah, I just don't smoke them.
No, I wasn't. Okay. I respect you.
Okay.
Now listen, I'm frustrated. Not at you. Not at you. Not at you.
Well, I'm frustrated that I'm put in this position.
Two full confessions this last week on the cold case manslaughter case and involuntary manslaughter case. Now, with this happening now, is that going to jeopardize that case?
That I don't know. That
I was just wondering because that's something I don't know either. And these guys need to be behind bars very badly because they're linked to 5 or 6 other people. I want justice for the little girls that lost their mom for that, and I'm hoping this doesn't jeopardize that because this is the one time we've finally been able to pin them. And I'm guilty as hell. This isn't a sob story. This isn't me blaming you arresting me. I hope you're not taking it like that. No, I'm
somebody to call. Do you have your phone? Did we get that for you?
Yeah, this phone is rolling in this car.
Okay, because you have to call somebody to come pick you up the PD.
I can't walk back. I have no...
Well, yeah, I guess you can walk. Yeah.
Officer Malik was transported to the police station and charged with 1 count of impersonating a U.S. Marshal. He was also fired soon after the incident. Investigators later spoke to the chief of the Latonia department, where Malik was first employed as an officer, and the chief advised that Malik was. In September of 2023, Malik was convicted of impersonation and sentenced to a month in prison, followed by a year of supervised probation. If you enjoyed this video, watch this one. And don't forget to subscribe.